Canto 17. Geryon, the filthy image of fraud, the usurers, descent on Geryon's back. Behold the beast with the pointed tail that passes through mountains and pierces walls and armor. Behold the one that makes the whole world stink. So my leader began speaking to me, and he gestured to it to come ashore near the end of our marble pathway. And that filthy image of fraud came over and beached its head and chest, but did not draw up its tail as far as the bank. Its face was that of a just man, so kindly seemed its outer skin, and the rest of its torso was that of a serpent. It had 2 paws, hairy to the armpits. It had back and breast and both sides painted with knots and little wheels. With more colors and weave and embroidery did never Tartars nor Turks make cloths, nor did Arachne string the loom for such tapestries. As skiffs lie on the shore at times, partly in water and partly on land, and as there among the drunken Germans the beaver positions itself to wage its war, so the wicked beast rested on the rim of stone that encloses the sand. In the emptiness all its tail was wriggling, twisting upward the poisoned fork that armed its tip like a scorpion's. My leader said, "Now our path must bend a little toward the evil beast that lies over there." Therefore we descended toward the right breast, and made 10 paces to the edge, to be well beyond the sand and the flames. And when we had reached it a little further, on the sand, I see people sitting near the empty place. There my master said to me, "That you may carry away full experience of this subcircle, go and see their behavior. Let your speech there be brief. Until you return, I will speak with this beast, that it may grant us its strong shoulders." So once more along the outer edge of that 7th circle I walked all alone, where the mournful people were sitting. Through their eyes burst forth their pain. Here, there, they sought remedy with their hands, at times against the fire, at times against the hot ground. Not otherwise do the dogs behave in the summer, now with muzzle, now with foot, when they are bitten by fleas or gnats or horseflies. When I turn my eyes to their faces, on which the painful fire falls down, I recognize none, but I perceive that from the neck of each hung a bag of a special color, with a special emblem, and their eyes seem to feed there. And as I come gazing among them, on a yellow purse I saw blue that had the shape and bearing of a lion. Then, proceeding further with my scrutiny, I saw another, red as blood, displaying a goose, whiter than butter. And one who had his little white sack signed with a fat blue sow said to me, "What are you doing in this ditch? Now go away. And since you are alive, too, know that my neighbor, Vitaliano, will sit here at my left flank." With these Florentines I am a Paduan. Often they thunder in my ears, shouting, "Let the reigning knight come down, who will bring the bag with the 3 goats." Here he twisted his mouth and stuck out his tongue, like an ox licking its snout. And I, fearing lest a longer stay might displease him, who had warned me to be brief, turned back, away from those weary souls. I found my leader had climbed already onto the fierce animal's rump, and he told me, "Now be strong and bold. Henceforth we descend by stairs like these. Mount in front, for I wish to be between, so that its tail can do no harm." Like one whose fit of the quartan fever is so close that his nails are already pale and he trembles all over merely looking at the shade, so I became at the words I heard. But shame made its threats, that makes a servant bold in the presence of a good lord. I positioned myself on those monstrous shoulders. "Yes," I wanted to say, but my voice did not come as I expected. "Be sure to hold me." But he who had supported me at other times in other dangers, as soon as I mounted, clasped and braced me with his arms, and he said, "Geryon, now move. Make your wheelings large, your descent slow. Consider the new weight you carry." As a little boat moves from its place backward, so he moved thence, and when he felt himself entirely free, he turned his tail where his breast had been, and extending it, he moved it like an eel's, and gathered the air to himself with his paws. I believe there was no greater fear when Phaethon abandoned the reins, so that the sky was scorched, as still appears. Nor when the wretched Icarus felt his loins unfeathering because of the heated wax, as his father shouted to him, "You're on a bad course," then was mine, when I saw that I was in the air on every side, and every sight put out save that of the beast. It goes along swimming slowly, slowly. It wheels and descends, but I perceive its motion only by the wind on my face from below. I could already hear at my right hand the torrent making a horrible roar beneath us. And so I lean out my head, looking down. Then I became more afraid of falling, for I saw fires and heard weeping, so that all trembling I huddled back. And then I saw what I had not seen before, our descending and turning against the great evils that come closer on every side. As when a falcon has been long on the wing and, without seeing lure or prey, makes the falconer say, "Oh me, you are coming down," descending, weary to the place it swiftly left, with 100 circlings, and lands far from its master, full of disdain and spite. So Geryon placed us on the bottom, at the very foot of the vertical rock, and, our persons unloaded, disappeared like the notch from the bowstring.